Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the first live stream that I've done in a while, so hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to get this posted to my Telegram groups as well, so hope you guys are doing well wherever you may find yourself in the world. I got a lot to talk about today, but just hang on. Let me get this posted to the Telegram groups. And first time I've live streamed in a while and didn't know I was going to get around to doing a live stream today, so this is the first time you guys have heard about it, so just hang on one second and get this posted to Telegram. And just hang on one second. And I'm going to get this posted up there, and just hang on. Post it to this other Telegram group as well. Okay, wherever you may find yourself in the world, hope you guys are doing well. Okay, in South Africa, near Pretoria, a 37-year-old lady has given birth to 10, well, we don't know if they're fraternal or identical, but they're 10 babies born at the same time. The prenatal scan only showed 8 babies, but 2 more babies were by surprise. And I wish this lady well. I don't know how her and her husband are going to have the financial means to do so. But if they don't, I hope the church or the government takes care of the situation, because it's not the fault of those 10 kids. It's 7 boys and 3 girls. That's what we know about. And the Yahoo News reported this. Now, America rarely gets news coming out of South Africa, but America has gotten news on that. Yahoo.com reported this. And this is an amazing situation that even beats the birth of this woman from Mali. Now, she went to Morocco to give birth to these 9 kids, and because most of Mali's medical centers are not adequate to provide even basic health care. But this even surpassed what the Malian woman went through she gave birth to 9 children. Well, this lady gave birth to 10 children at the same time. She says she's happy beyond belief. So this is a very, very amazing accomplishment. Okay, that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Also, Chris Wyatt is going to be doing a live stream in probably about 30 minutes or so, and I'm going to be part of that live stream as well. I'm not going to be a guest on there, but I'm going to participate in the live chat. And he is almost to 1,000 subscribers. YouTube had suspended his Indaba Africa channel, and I firmly believe they didn't do him right doing that. We recently had created Chris Wyatt Africa, a new YouTube channel, and he's got 980 subscribers, and he's been trying to get to 1,000 subscribers for a while, and I can attest to how hard getting 1,000 subscribers is, and I have slightly over 1,000 subscribers, so let's help Chris Wyatt get to 1,000 subscribers. He definitely has earned it and deserves it, because he thoroughly researches his topics before going on the air to talk about them. And he reports the news, and he's a wealth of knowledge, particularly in regards to Africa, but also in regards to what's going on in America, as well as several other countries around the world. So I've subscribed to Chris Wyatt Africa. If you guys have not, I firmly believe that you guys should, and you guys won't regret it. I firmly believe, because he offers a lot of amazing and interesting content. Now, today is the 246th birthday of the United States Army, and Chris Wyatt was a soldier in the United States Army for 36 years. He retired as a full bird colonel in the United States Army, and the U.S. Army is still in South Korea to this day, along with 38th Parallel, the DMZ. The soldiers that aren't patrolling the DMZ are in a base in South Korea called Camp Humphreys. And I can attest that the U.S. Army is doing amazing things in South Korea and helping keep South Korea safe from North Korean tyranny and North Korean oppression. And many South Koreans want the United States to stay in South Korea. About 85% of South Koreans support the U.S. soldiers being there, because it helps keeps North Korea from invading South Korea. And many South Koreans believe that if the United States ever does leave South Korea, that North Korea will attack them, and it'll just be a cluster. And South Korea has the 10th, it's either the 10th or the 15th largest economy in the world. They export a lot of Korean dramas, and K-pop as well. They export a lot of Samsung products that many of us Westerners use for television, for your refrigerator, for your cell phone, and various other amenities. So South Korea has been a global success, and I firmly believe it should stay that way. And that's largely due to the U.S. Army. Actually, the founder of Hyundai Corporation, he got his first job doing helping pave roads for the United States Army in South Korea. So that's kind of how he got his first engineering gig, which is a pretty interesting story. And I've had a Hyundai car before. I love my Hyundai car when I had it. And like I said, Hyundai's been a successful corporation. So is LG, so is Samsung, and the list goes on and on and on. All right. Okay, another thing I wanted to discuss in regards to news around the world is in India, the COVID-19 is still plaguing India. They said to be prepared for, the Indian government has said to be prepared for another wave of the COVID-19. And aside from the COVID-19 plaguing India, there are at least over 700 children in India that have lost both parents due to the COVID-19, and they're labeled COVID-19 orphans. Those are the ones that we know about. But India is also home to 1.3 billion people. So many people, including the Indian government, believes that the statistics are higher than slightly over 700. It could be in the thousands or tens of thousands, and the Indian government is working very, very hard to track all these orphans down and to try to get these orphans into an orphanage or into social services as soon as possible. Now, at times, the kids are in an apartment. Both their parents have been lost to COVID. The neighbors will knock on the door or slip food under their door, and then call social services and social services will come get them. But many of the neighbors are scared to check on them beyond what I just said, because the neighbors are afraid of contracting COVID-19 themselves. So that is a tragedy. Now, some good news out of India is that India is lowering the taxes and lowering it to about 5 to 10%, to 5 to 10% of medical items, alternative COVID-19 drugs, the oxygen, medical oxygen, ventilators, COVID-19 test kits, and the taxes is going to be extremely lowered to where either to 5 to 10%, or it may get to the point where taxes are going to be almost zero on those items. Now the vaccines are still going to be taxed at 5%. I'm not saying I agree with this or disagree with it. The government does have to get its revenue somewhere. I wish the vaccines weren't being taxed as well as much as of a COVID-19 problem as India does have. So that is the latest news that's coming out of India in regards to the COVID-19. Now, the COVID-19 situation in South Korea, 23% of South Korea's population has been vaccinated. Just a few days ago, an additional 386,000 South Koreans received the COVID-19 vaccine, which is really good news, by the way. Now that's up to 23% of South Korea's population has been vaccinated. Sunday, South Korea had 452 new cases, but that's the first time that South Korea has had under 500 new cases in a day in 5 days. So the number of cases are slowly but steadily going down, which is good news there. Now, when one gets the vaccine, they have to understand that the vaccine doesn't kick in immediately, that the vaccine takes the first dosage takes about 10 to 14 days to kick in, and after your first dosage of the Pfizer, you're about 80% protected, and then a month later, you get the second dosage, and then 2 weeks after the second dosage, you're about 95% protected. Now, no vaccine is 100% protective against the COVID-19. That's why I still wear a mask and I still social distance, but I go to the movie theaters. We have this famous breakfast chain in the United States called the Waffle House. I've eaten inside the Waffle House once. Like I said, there are things I do now that I've not been, since I've been vaccinated, but I still wear a mask when I can and social distance when I can. I occasionally will go inside a restaurant to eat a bit, not that often, but I will go to the movie theaters now. So that is that. So that is the latest news in regards to the COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, some of the latest news out of South Africa. Now, Chris Wyatt has reported on this. The South African Airways, the government has recently sold 51% of its stakes to Takatso Corporation, or Takatso Consortium, and the government's going to retain 59% ownership. Now, the government says they're going to eventually get rid of the 59% ownership, and that they're going to not have a say-so in how the airline is ran. Now, with that being said, South African Airways doesn't have any pilots anymore because South African Airways had fired and laid off all its pilots. They also laid off 80% of their other workers. So this is, it's going to take a while for South African Airways to be rebuilt, even though 51% of the airways is in the hands of private ownership. But you can't, the South African government has lied so much. They say they're going to get rid of the 49% as soon as possible. And they also say that they're going to take a hands-off approach on the airline. Now, we all know that the South African government has lied plenty of times beforehand. You can't exactly trust what they say. So I will wait and see if that happens before believing what the South African government has to say in regards to that. So that is that. So, okay. We talked about that. Talked about all this. Yeah. ADD moment. Not a big deal, but yeah, forgot to shut the door right here. So just hang on 1 second. All right, back.